I Will If You Will by Mark Rutherford. December 1st. Dear Santa, I know I probably shouldn't be writing to you age 34, but mate, if you're passing on Christmas Eve, could I just have a completely new aura or a book of spells? At this stage, I'd settle for either. Thanks, Liz. P.S. This is the small print. I don't want to change who I am. The nice bits, the being kind, the ability to make the world's best mac and cheese. I'll keep them. I do want that extra 10%, the secret ingredient, the magic that means someone would fall in love with me. P.P.S. Not anyone. I'm not defined by being in a relationship. You know that, right? It's been a while since my ex, so if I was defined by being in a relationship now, I'd be Mrs. Cake. But I'm not desperate. I'm not settling. I want the specific someone I have my eye on to fall in love with me. P.P.P.S. That's Omar. December 10th. Dear Santa, I know I probably shouldn't be writing to you again, but is there any chance you can come early? Like next week? It's just that we have this party coming up and it's a chance for Omar to realise that I am, in fact, the woman of his dreams. He's smart in all other respects. Dress sense, degrees, and he's great at design. But he's an engineer, an architect, and a bloke. And any one of those afflictions could have rendered him emotionally repressed. So, a party with everyone a little bit excited, me looking like a 1930s Hollywood diva, and a chance to chat about something a bit more personal than the structural loading of a lintel sounds good to me. So, Mr. Claus, can I have the gift of irresistibility, please, by next Thursday night? The ability to hypnotise would do it. Or the recipe for a fail-safe love potion. Other than champagne, which would normally work, except Omar doesn't drink. Oh, and I'll need the ingredients if they don't do wing of bat in Waitrose. You know the delivery address. Cheers, Liz. P.S. I have assumed your preferred pronouns are he/him. I prefer and, as in Omar and Liz. I'm relying on you. P.P.S. With the party next week, I've gone for a trial separation from Mr. Cake. I'll be deploying my magic knickers, but I'm gonna need your help too. December 14th. Dear Santa, give me a sign. I'm not sleeping very much as the party is only a couple of days away. At this rate, I'm gonna look like the back end of Rudolph more than Cinderella. I may pass out, but that could be the exhaustion, the sawn-in-half effect of the magic knickers, or that I've only had 137 calories today. Let me know it's going to be all right. A snow flurry, a passing elf, some glittery reindeer poo. There are times when I think Omar might be interested. He always seems happy to stop for a coffee and a chat at work. He was telling me about his family, about their route from Senegal to France and then here, over the course of 4 generations. I said it sounded romantic. He didn't confirm or deny. Then Omar started talking about his niece and that one day he would like a family of his own. He has a lovely smile. And when he was talking about his niece, it was so beautiful, I almost reached out and touched his face. I didn't, of course. I asked how many children he would like, and he looked at me for a moment longer than he should have done and said, "We'll see." That pause could have been to think. Hey, it could have been indigestion, but maybe, just maybe, it was something else. Help me, Santa, please. Liz. P.S. I know it's stupid, ridiculous even. What am I, a lovesick schoolgirl again? It was just the way Omar looked at me and said, "We'll see," we. That would be nice. December 15th/16th. Dear Santa, it's tomorrow, tonight, as it's 1 a.m. I can't sleep, you haven't reassured me, and I'm nervous now. 2 years in the same firm. We work hard, we laugh, we joke, we have our little moments. We've won awards together for our designs and projects. We're a good team, Omar and me. He's a bit quiet, except with me. I know all about him, and it's not because I've interrogated him or anything. It's just that we chat. I ask some questions and he seems relaxed with me. He's been in relationships before, but he said he needed to establish himself in the firm before being distracted by a woman in his life. Hello, I shouted. In my head, obviously. I thought, career and love life aren't mutually exclusive, you know. I will if you will. But Omar just looked a little wistful and said that he gives 100% at work and in life. No half measures. He is focused. I can see that. I'd be happy if that focus was on me. It won't be on me, Santa. I know that, if I'm honest. I'm a good snog, or so I like to think. I'm not the one to avoid or the one to marry. A good girlfriend, but not wife material. It was a bit cruel of my ex to say that. I thought we were going to get engaged, but the big meal was to tell me that we were getting decoupled. I'm a bit second best. The present someone will settle for rather than the one they really want. It's been a gradual thing with Omar. Indifference, interest, admiration, and now more. On my part, at least. A bit of happiness. That's not too much to ask, is it? Thanks, Liz. P.S. Be careful in the sky. My heart's wrapped up in one of those parcels and the box is marked fragile. December 16th. Santa, what is wrong with the man? It was perfect. The perfect moment, and he waved it away. We'd been sat apart to eat. Not my choice at all, but I kept looking at Omar during the meal. He seemed to be looking at me too. When we broke for drinks and mingling, Omar and I found ourselves in a quiet corner after a while. I was glowing, a little unravelled with one thing or another, and the wine made me brave. I said, I will if you will. And Omar looked at me, puzzled. The silence ached as much as my knickers at this point, so to fill the void, I said I'd just been bet £20 we wouldn't sing a duet at the karaoke later. It wasn't true, but it was better than nothing. Turns out, Omar is a bit of a star. I knew he was into music, but he'd never mentioned singing, and he was good. Miles better than me. So we did Rocking Around the Christmas Tree, and then Omar did the old chestnuts roasting on an open fire. I popped or melted or whatever chestnuts are supposed to do under those circumstances. Roast, I suppose. I was hot, that's for sure. After a break, we returned to do Don't You Want Me Baby and finished off with All I Want for Christmas Is You. We hugged and then bowed to take the applause. Omar took my hand in his and it was such a good fit, Santa. You can cancel the gloves. But that wasn't it. No. The moment was an hour later when Omar was putting me in a taxi. When I said, good night then, and kissed him on the cheek. And he said, good night. And then, Liz, with a pause so pregnant I was calling for a midwife. All I want for Christmas is you. That's what he should have said. But instead he said, thank you for singing with me, and shut the taxi door. Couldn't he read my mind? Couldn't he see my lips ready to kiss? Couldn't he see my heart breaking? Obviously not. I am not, it seems, what Omar wants at all. See you on Christmas Eve then, Santa baby. I hope it's a new phone you're bringing me. Might have some swiping left or swiping right to do in the new year. Thanks for nothing. Liz. December 23rd. Dear Santa, take the day off. Your work is done. It was a little stilted, I thought, between Omar and me this week. Perhaps he'd let his guard down with the singing and was now having regrets. Perhaps he had seen my heart after all and was now running away. Maybe he was just being an emotionally repressed engineer. Then, this afternoon, he asked if we could go and have a word over some of his drawings on a new construction project, and could we do it over a coffee after work? I agreed, of course, thinking that I would trash his concept even if he'd designed a bridge to the moon. But it turned out to be something else. Something surprising. In the coffee shop, Omar said he wasn't very good at expressing himself and he was sure he was making a mistake now. But he could draw the thing he wanted and had spent many hours doing just that. He said he needed a second opinion about a restoration project, and I was the only one that could help him. He unfurled some papers on the table in front of us. There were a series of pictures, starting with me in the taxi and Omar shutting the door. The next picture showed the taxi driving up the road and a rope or something connecting me in the back seat to Omar. The third picture showed Omar's bright red heart being pulled from his chest as the slack on the rope was taken up and the taxi drove away. The last picture showed a pair of hands with broken bits of heart in them. In an unnecessarily apologetic tone, Omar tried to say, for a second time, that he was sorry but he wasn't very good at words, except to say he liked me very much. On a new sheet, he had written some of the words we had sung together. I just want you for my own, more than you will ever know. Make my dreams come true. I looked at him and said, I will if you will. He smiled that big smile, and this time I did touch his face. After that, he had trouble saying anything at all. First because I put a finger on his lips, and thereafter because I replaced the finger with a kiss. The poor love. That was hours ago, and I've only just let him go. I know it's not even Christmas Eve, but thank you, Santa. You can give the Book of Spells to someone else. Lots of love, and happy Christmas.